Lennart metal mesh drawers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Clueless Dad. Today we're going to assemble a Lennart metal mesh shelf system. I actually bought 4 of these. Let me start with the assembly and time lapse while I explain a little bit more about it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Ikea always has some very simple items, like super discounted. This one is only 2,000 yen here in Japan, 19.99, which ends up at the current exchange rate being less than $15. So for what you're getting, for what it costs to get an alternative, this is a pretty good bargain. Super low end, super kind of flimsy, but it does exactly what you need it to for a very affordable price. So assembly wise, all you need is a cutter to get the box and the tape off, and a screwdriver and your thumb, because half of it's like pushing in these kind of like rivet pins, plastic things. This is pretty simple once I show you how to do it. So just keep watching the assembly video. I think I'll guide you through some of the tougher parts. As you can see, this thing is not symmetrical, so make sure that you have this flatter side against the frame. There is one point of confusion. It has 2 wheels on the back, so you can basically like kind of tilt it up and roll it around if you want to pull it in or out from under your desk, for example. But it's only 2, and on the other 2 feet, there are no feet. Actually, just the 2 heads of the screws that hold the frame together. If I have like a wooden floor and I keep moving this thing back and forth, isn't it going to eventually like dig a hole in my, let's say, cheap Pergo laminate flooring? Yeah, that's not good, right? So it would be nice if there was at least some plastic insert or something in there that would, and there's actually a hole for it too. I don't know why they didn't give you anything. Maybe it was an oversight. Maybe they cut that part out to save some money because of inflation or something. I don't know. But I ended up putting kind of the felt feet that I put behind my furniture to keep it from rubbing on the wall. You can try whatever. You could just put tape on top of the screw heads if you really wanted to, just to keep the metal off the floor, I think is the big thing. Okay, so now you've got this thing approximately bent correctly, and then this thing will get it in the right shape. So you want to get it mostly bent, or maybe even bent too far is okay, and just bring this guy up, and then there will be 4 places to put the little plastic rivets, 1 on this side, 1 on this side, and 2 on the bottom. Just get the hole approximately lined up, push it in, and then just push hard, and that plastic pin basically pops that little rivet thing out, and push, and that's all it takes. And now the question is, do you put these bottom 2 in from the inside or from the outside? So if I was looking at it from the shelf, I would want it to be from the outside to push in so I don't see it. But if I'm actually pulling the drawer open, I don't know if I want to see something like this in there, getting dust or dirt or stuff's caught in it. And especially if I'm putting something big and flat, I might not want it to get hitched on those little pins. So maybe try from the inside. I think that's what the instructions show. So yeah, it'll look like this with it like that way. And then just repeat on the other side and do it 3 times. Okay, and there's your first drawer. Okay, and here is the Lennart in all its glory. Yeah, you're not going to write home about this, but it's pretty decent. It doesn't have any way to keep the drawers in, for better or for worse. And as I mentioned, no feet on the front, so you definitely want to cover or put a foot or do something to keep that guy from scratching your floor up. Other than that, you should have 2 of these left, at least 2. In one case I had 3. So if you've lost one, hopefully you can use a spare. If you broke one, there's a spare. Keep it around because you might at some point in time want to replace one of these, or they come loose or whatever. You can remove them by basically putting a screwdriver in here and twisting it and prying this up, which will pull out these, the thing that spreads it. And obviously that could break when you're putting it in or taking it out. So be careful and keep a backup. The other thing with these is when you're pushing them in, make sure that you twist it so they get in through both the holes before you push it hard enough for the spreader thing to pop open. So So if you push it too hard, too quickly before it's actually seated, it will pop out maybe when it's only through one piece instead of two pieces. So anyway, keep that in mind. So what do you guys think of the Lennart for 15 bucks? I'm pretty happy with it. If I had to pay a lot more, I might not be. So anyway, take that with a grain of salt. See you guys next time here on the Clueless Dad. If you have any questions or comments or complaints, etc., leave them down below. I try to answer within a day or two. Okay, bye. That the thought of just having this delivered to you all the time up in the overhead bin, as soon as you get off the plane, pull it out, unfold it, and walk off. And literally, that could save you